Welcome back to Horizon 6. Today, we're going to do a drift build. My first. Not really, but my first on camera. But first, I realized I was stupid and I forgot one thing when we did the last video. I freaking forgot a barn find. And I know what car it is, and I'm pissed. Because I really wanted it. It's like one of the cars I've been looking forward to the most because it's a fucking JDM legend. I shouldn't have swore, but I did because it's a freaking amazing car. I should have probably figured out where it was and not driven my Mustang off-road that has a freaking Venom livery on it. At least you get coyote noises, but honestly, I want to get to the real deal today. I want to try and actually do a drift build on cam, so we're gonna just do this and be quick. What the hell? Is that like out of bounds for real? What? No way. Is it for real just like out of the map? The reason why I get teleported? Come on. For what is that? When did that become a thing? Then I really hope it's not up there. Oh, it's hair though, so. This thing's actually one of my favorite like A-class race cars. Especially stock. It handles really well. It has 500 horsepower. And it sounds good. It's a bit heavy, but eh.
This will be a special one for you, right, Yuji? We should definitely capture it. Got your camera?
I honestly want this thing to be my next drift build.
Now this is a real special find. 71 Nissan Skyline GTR. Recognize it, Yuji?
I'd recognize this car from a million kilometers away. This is like stepping into a time capsule. The Hakusuka Skyline. My mentor truly poured all his time into this car. Raced it too.
These were really sought after, weren't they? Altered specifically for handling and aerodynamics.
Yes, May. These models were built to be truly competitive. The over-fenders became a thing of style, too. And didn't this car see victory after victory? It had real glory days. I can't believe it's still intact. Even his workbench is in the same place.
Let's finish what your mentor started, right, Yuji? It'll be a full circle moment.
The Hakusuka. Or Hakusuka, as Americans like to call it.
Yuji needs to give this one some extra care with the rebuild. I'll let you know when it's ready.
I noticed one thing. We are next to Hakone. And we might as well frickin' test it. I don't know why I don't get points at the start. I have been drifting a fair bit in this game. I don't even know how many drift builds I've done. Considering this thing is really gripped up. and it's made to race. It's a Mustang with 500 horsepower, so of course it will drift. I love the later generations of Coyote because it just revs, especially this one in the dark cores. Stock redline of like 7,500 RPM. That's it's like the LS7, which was a super freaking advanced engine for Chevy with titanium connecting rods and all that fancy stuff. It was a 7-liter, so it was 2 liters bigger displacement, but that thing revved to 7, and that was like unheard of because like most LS based engines go to like 55, 6, and like the really good ones go to 6.5. Yeah, it's way too gripped up though. I love grip, but if I wasn't driving Hakone, I would not have been able to get that much points. At one point, I was like top 2% in the world, and I was rear-wheel drive, and I didn't do the freaking glitches, so I'm pretty proud of that still. I think I've fallen down to like top 3 or 4% now. But this thing's really sick, but it can be better. We'll do a few tweaks. Honestly, I love the way it looks. I don't really know what customization it has. I was guessing just Forza Aero. It has an APR wing? What the hell? That looks very close to the old Forza wing. Which I don't like that they got rid of the old Forza Aero and then just gave every car a swan neck. It's like the reason we didn't like Forza Aero was because everything was the same. And then you give us new Forza Aero and everything's the same. But the front splitters are usually a bit nice. They have like the Forza logo, and a lot of them don't have the chow hook, which was like the one thing I didn't like about the splitters at least. I am more of a supercharger guy, but it is heavier. I want to try and do the supercharger first. We're not going to do a freaking diesel. Power stroke, my guy. Hell yeah, 1,000 foot-pounds of torque. Voodoo. I have done the GT350 build, and I do like it a lot. That thing makes like 900 horsepower. What engine is this? Is that like the trophy truck or whatever? That's the TVR, isn't it? And then a Viper. So we have 2 Ford engines and the rest. Not gonna do Aero because I really like the way the Dark Horse looks. It comes with massive front tires, which is why this thing handles well. We're gonna keep the 305s and we're gonna keep the 315s because I don't think we can get like 1,300 horsepower out of this. I usually like drift tires, and I like street and sport for like less horsepower, less powerful cars. I don't like snow tires because I like grip. I like going fast. I basically build Formula Drift cars when I can. One thing I don't like about this game is the way they handle the race transmission. I don't know if I've said it before, but I don't like the way you can shift without a clutch. It makes sense, but also I wish we could choose. Because if you use the clutch, it just doesn't sound right, and also the downshifts are like, if you have manual with clutch and a race transmission, it doesn't really rev match properly, so it just instantly pops into gear, and it just sounds really weird. But if you have just if you don't have the clutch on, it sounds really nice, because it like actually rev matches. Almost every car had the freaking intake. Stock exhaust sounds really good. Sport sounds weird. The race exhaust isn't that bad, for once. I have a feeling this thing's heavy, so we gotta just give it all the power we can. So top at 5.8. Oh, 6.2. Yeah, a lot of Fords do go to 6.2. I do love the supercharger whine in this game. It is kind of nice. But usually you have to upgrade the car to get it to actually whine a lot. It chops more with the exhaust, which is good. A lot of people said, oh, the cams is what makes it chop. No, it's not. The cams do not make a difference on idle. They make the car rev higher, which can sound good. Some people don't like it. Some engines sound a bit weird at higher RPM. I love the RB, but in this game, the RB just sounds kind of meh at higher RPM, especially on limiter. The RB on limiter does not sound like a properly built RB. Also, the 34 sounds horrible. Well, it doesn't sound horrible. It sounds like every other RB in the game, but the R34 RB26 in this game is the most inefficient engine I have ever seen. It makes 700 horsepower, and it's a 3-liter, and it's making 40 pounds of boost. That thing should at least make 1,000. And a 3-liter RB that makes 40 pounds of boost should be making 1,000 to 1,200 horsepower. It is ridiculous that it's only making 700. The R32 is better. It makes like 900. And then the fancy RBs from the we'll go to Nissan and I'll freaking show you guys. Nissan. I have this thing, which is a street car. Did I go to auto show? I'm retarded. Sorry. My cars. I have a lot of cars. I know. I'm sorry. Here. This is my drift build. It drives really well, but you can't really give it much grip because it doesn't have the power. It has a fully built RB and it makes 750 horsepower. It makes 40 pounds of boost. This thing, it's kind of just a street car. It's kind of nice. This thing, the Sylvia, amazing. At 500 horsepower, the RB is good. But then there's the R32. It makes 974 horsepower. It technically should be worse than the 34, but it makes the same boost. They both make 40 pounds. They both rev the same. But the R32 just makes more power. Why? I don't know. I don't like it. The R32 drives well, though. And then there's this thing. The freaking Calsonic car. The Group A car. This is amazing. It revs higher. It makes a lot more power. It doesn't really make more torque, which makes sense because it just revs higher and it's the same displacement. So, and also it doesn't really have much more boost. So that makes sense. I haven't built the R33. I want to, but I'll do it later. This thing has always been one of my favorite engines because it always used to sound really good, especially in Motorsport 7. I loved it because it revved really high. It was like the highest revving RB. And it makes almost 1,000 horsepower, which is nice. But why is the 34 horrible? I love the RB. Also, like, I think the RB that you swap is the one for the 34, not the 32 one, which is better. Why is it so different from every car? I don't like it. I love the carbon wheels on this, so that's why I'll keep it. Also, they're really light. Thanks for the boost. I feel the weight a bit. What? I talked myself out of the tuning. I don't even remember what I did. I kind of want to lower the tire pressure a bit. A lot of cars I just run 5 degrees of camber. 0.5 toe out in the front. 0.4, 0.5 in the rear. Toe in. Caster, I wish we could add more caster, because 7 degrees of caster isn't really that great. A lot of drift cars you want to run closer to 10. No, it didn't tune the dampers. I have kind of changed the way I tune stuff over the years. I used to run really balanced damping settings, but I've just gone to softer and softer rear because I feel the car makes more grip. Honestly, we're gonna go up there and then go straight. Because I want to test this thing, not just on Arcona. This thing, upshifts with the race transmissions. Really good. And then that's the downshift. That was a full throttle downshift too. Also, I wish we could turn on and off the whine. Because even sport transmission have whine. Just a bit less. I have a feeling frame gen is screwing up the numbers. Honestly, just let me turn that off, because right now I don't want to be bothered. No, that's just the game, the way the game handles it. Oh my god, it looks horrible. Is it DLSS? What the hell? Why is it horrible? I have DLAA on because it's like the only okay anti-aliasing settings. It is kind of DLAA's fault. Honestly, just the way this game handles certain things, it's kind of a pain. That's the way I just...
Turn left.
It looks so horrible. The same way that, like, the way the game handles wheel spin, the way it, like, blurs, FH5 wasn't like that. FH4 wasn't like that. I guess it's the way the new game is, but I think it looks cheap. And it is not motion blur, because motion blur is off. Motion blur is off. VSync is off. And it doesn't really have anything to do with the DLSS either. Thanks, G-Wagon. The car sounds good. It makes good power. 16 pounds of boost. It probably would have made 1,000 on turbos. I would have guessed. But for American V8s, I'm more of a supercharger guy.
Arrived at your destination.
Turbos are better, of course. Turbos are always better. You know what? Let's do the upbuild too. Well, superchargers sometimes sound kind of weird in this game when you're like on limiter. Oh, I think gripped in the compression there. Holy shit. Well, that's kind of that's like an old F1 technique. Like, if your car is going through a compression, they used to like floor it because the car had way more grip right at the compression, and then they let off a little bit because the car could handle it. I have a feeling, I feel like the front end has a bit too much grip. One thing I love about Hakone is the walls. When you go past them at full throttle, the reverb and all that. Oh. This is like one of the trickiest corners, at least going uphill, because it's really hard to extend it. Going downhill, it's kind of easier. You can just like grab the e-brake a bit. But you have to pull that angle going uphill in most cars. Yeah, this thing drives well. You always get more points going downhill, and at least in my experience, it's always been like that in Forza. I kind of want a bit more forward drive in this thing. I could give it a bit more toe. I think I'll give it like 0.2 or 0.3 more toe in the rear. Going behind Matfield. Like, yeah, 357. It's not bad. Far from a perfect run, but the car is really easy to drive. Really easy. When I do this, it might become a bit worse, but maybe it'll be a bit faster. It was one of the things that saved my one of my chasers, because I really couldn't get grip out of the chaser, and then I gave it more toe and a few small tweaks, and it just It felt like it transformed the car. And it made the engine work, just not on the unlimiter.
This has been a labor of love for me.
Already?
GTR is in your garage.
I know what we'll do next. Like, I used to flat foot shift a lot during drifts. But now you just do that, but without the clutch. Oof. It does not have FD car angle. I love going under that bridge. This is not the best car for it, I feel. Some cars just like, oh, orgasmic. I feel like I have to use the e-brake a lot though. It is a bit heavy, and I feel like that's why. I'm not driving well. I'm not driving well, but the car is also not that hard to drive, which is good. I'll do one more uphill. Actually, no. That's enough Hakone. What other drift zones can we do? The spiral is nice, but I don't think this suits it. It doesn't make enough grip. I wish Mount Haruna was like, it was a longer drift zone. It should be, but one thing I hope they do in the future is that they add Mount Fuji and Fujimi Kaido just in the free roam, because that would be perfect. And like make the whole mountain like a drift zone, or like at least 2. Make it so like the drift zone's like 5 minutes long. This Mustang, I feel like it's a really fun car to drive. It's not gonna be like a point scorer. It's not gonna beat the records. But it sounds good. It's fun to drive. It's not that hard to drive. Apparently that was a personal best. Okay. I haven't really done the Haruna one that much. Honestly, I am impressed with the Mustang. I'm impressed, but also expected it to be good. But also expected it not to be that amazing. Just because it's like, it's a big car, it's heavy. The RTRs will definitely be better, because they'll have more steering angle and better suspension. But it makes really good power. It sounds good. Oh, shouldn't have slowed down.
Turn around when it is safe to do so.
Oh. When a car can just like be a free roam drifter like this, just go down the roads and just enjoy yourself.
When it is safe to do so.
Those are the types of cars I love. A friend of mine and me, we went around just the map in our freaking Silvias that made 500 horsepower, and we drifted for like an hour, 2.
Turn around when it is safe to do so.
It was so fun. We just like no meaning, just like have fun, which is the meaning in itself. But just like, sure, let's go left, let's go right. It was so much fun.
Turn around when it is safe to do so.
Oh, stage up. I'd rather crash in the guardrails than kill someone.
Turn around when it is safe to do so.
It is like you can feel the weight and the size in transitions. There's not really much you can do about that. It's still 3,000 pounds, which is... It's light for a Mustang, but it's not really that light.
Turn around when it is safe to do so. Recalculating route. And 400 yards.
It might be better with less camber in the front. Oh, this thing's so fun. Ooh, with the smoke, damn. I think that's about it for the Mustang. I don't really want to change it much. This thing's a really fun car. It's just like max it out, keep the stock tires, stock tire width, and have a really good looking, fun to drive, just simple car. It's amazing. So that's about it for this, I think. So thanks for watching, like and subscribe, and please see you guys next time. Bye.